Okay, so this is just a random video. Elena loves this, but the battery died, so it won't clear it. So we got to put batteries in that. Actually, we need to try to figure out what type of batteries it takes, because I very seriously doubt we have them. So this is one of Elaine's work shirts. He told me this morning that it needed to be sewn. Yep. It's got a hole under the sleeve. Wonder if the other side has it. Oh my! He probably didn't even know about that hole. He only knew about this hole. Okay, yep, definitely gotta try to fix that. So this is his Monday shirt. He wears blue on Mondays. So I do have time to fix this. I don't have to fix that one necessarily today, because, you know, I don't even use this hardly anymore. Because honestly, it's just easier to record on... Honestly, it's just easier to record on my phone. That and the fact of, especially like, when Caleb started school, Elena kind of came into her own and was, I don't know, like, she came into her own, and like she was like playing by herself, to where, so doing things like editing and stuff wasn't that big of a problem. But she got used to Caleb not being here during the day. And then after he got home from school, she finally had someone to play with. So that she kind of started to distinguish the difference. And she got to where during the day, she wanted me to play with her. Which I don't mind playing with my kids. I don't. But as a mom, there are things that I still have to do. I still have to do laundry. I still have to cook and clean. You know, I have to wash dishes. I have to vacuum. I have to clean the bathroom. Like, there are times to where unfortunately, I cannot play with you. I cannot sit here all day long and play with you. There are things that mommy has to get done. Mommy has a job to do. And so... But she's still little. She does not understand that there are things that I have to do. Now, editing is one of those things to where that's not a necessity. That sounds bad, considering I'm doing YouTube. That sounds bad. Excuse me. But, y'all, as parents, y'all know what I'm talking about. And so... you know, I'm trying to grow the channel, which is awesome and great. And I do spend time with my kids. I do play with my kids. But there are just times, Caleb Alon, there are just times to where there are other things that I need to do first. And, you know, cleaning the bathroom, all the germs, cleaning the toilet, I need to do that. Now I have to do that on a regular basis. If I don't, then that is nasty and disgusting and very germy. And no, not happening. That's just... So, I feel bad for the fact that I did not clean the bathroom last week due to all of us being sick and me just not having the energy. Just the thought of getting up to open up the door to get the cleaning supplies just wore me out. Just thinking about it. And we're all like that when we're sick. Excuse me. And I'm still not completely, but that's just the way it is. And so here lately, recording on this is better. I prefer to record with my camera because, one, I spent a lot of money on it. Two, quality is better. The audio quality is better. And then I do like editing, but here lately it's been more of a hassle. to record with the GoPro for the fact of I record and then I don't have the time, or I'm not left alone long enough for me to actually sit down to edit the videos. If it's 1 or 2 videos, then that's fine. But if I record, you know, a couple of videos, like if I was doing it like I was before, I was taking Tuesdays, when I was working, I was taking Tuesdays to record all my videos. And then I was taking Thursdays to edit them. You know, so, I mean, that was a lot, but I was able to do it. And it was easier because the kids were playing with other people. You know, they were going to my mom's, school, whatever. So when they came home, they would actually leave me alone to be able to clean and to edit my videos. Now they're not really doing that. And so, especially being home during the summer, it's a lot more hectic and a lot more chaotic. So that's kind of one reason why I've been doing more on my phone. And it's just, that way I don't have to really worry about editing too much. And especially considering that now, since I have found an app to where I can take small snippets of videos and put them together, and I can edit them and make a longer video through my phone, that has actually helped out tremendously as well. And the other thing is that we really don't know why, but I can record like maybe 30 minutes and this thing gets so hot to where it shuts off. That's not really doing me any good. And so so we are actually looking to upgrade eventually. We're going to try to upgrade. Maybe next year, maybe with income tax, maybe. I don't know. One of the things that we were looking into is actually getting some more batteries. Not that that's going to help the overheating issue, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah. So, but honestly, it's just a little bit easier just to make a video and then upload it instantly, or keep it in my photos until I just need to upload it to where I can just, you know, and like my old phone, I couldn't pause the video and go do other things. So like if I needed to, I could pause the video and take like Elena to the restroom, or you know, go do something and then come back. With my old phone, I couldn't do that. I did not have that option to pause videos. So not only can I pause the video and not have to edit it out, I can also, if by some chance I have something in here that I want to chop out or whatever, I can take it into that little program or that app that I found, and I can chop that up. So, or kind of edit that out a little bit. Caleb, stop. So it's just, as of right now, in this particular point in my life, with them being home, it is just easier for me to use my phone. Now, I do still use the camera. Like, I mean, I just videoed Elena's party and stuff with it. And there will be some times that I will use the camera here and there, because I could probably sit down and edit like 1 or 2 little videos, shorter videos. That would probably be fine, because I could do that a little bit later in the afternoon after they're asleep, in between them going to sleep and Align getting on, because Align gets on and he does his recordings at 8. So yeah. So anyhow, once they go to school, I will probably then be using the camera more again, because them both being in school, I have all the time in the world. I could take 2 hours out of the day and clean my whole house, top to bottom, clean everything, including the ceilings. Probably not. And then spend 2 hours making videos. Then I could take another 2 hours and spend, you know, 2 more hours editing. Oh, 2, 4, 6. That's 6 hours. I've got 2 hours to where I can just sit here and kill before I have to go pick them up for school. So, once they start school in August, I will probably start using the camera a little bit more. Just, you know. You better go get that, and you better take it back to your room, little heifers. You know better. Caleb, you don't need to do that. You're gonna break that. It's not meant to do that. And you putting that much pressure on it, you're gonna end up breaking it. Yes, it will break, and if you break it, I'm not buying you any more. He took some blocks and he got all of like the wheels. He took all of like the rubber pop off the wheels. You know what? Bring it to me. Just let me see, because it's hard to explain what he's doing. So these are all of his wheels. He just took the rubber part off of it. So he's on the floor and he's literally on his hands and knees, and he's pushing this into the floor while trying to roll it like this, but he's putting almost all of his weight on it. So one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to break this, or he is going to tear a hole in my floor. And if he does either one of those, he's in serious trouble. Caleb also better stop back talking me, because we do not back talk, correct? I cannot hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We do not tell mommy no, and we do not back talk her.
Oh no.
Hey, did I? No.
I want to see.
No, you are not going to mess with Elena's stuff. That is hers, not yours. She has already told you she does not want you messing with it.
Just want to see.
No, she does not want you touching it, and she has that right because it's hers.
Can
She's already told you no. Do not ask her again. No. She's already answered you. So what it is yesterday, and I already kind of, hey, no, you don't even think about it. So while they were having like their special services yesterday because of all the classes transitioning, they gave Elena this little book, and it's just a coloring book, and it's not that big of a deal if Caleb looks at it, and he is like obsessed with this book. So, but, and I might get some hate for this. This is just me and my personal thoughts. Yes, it's just a coloring book. It's no big deal. It is not going to hurt. It is not going to hurt Elena to let him look at it. It's not going to hurt her to let him choose one of the pictures and color it. It's not going to hurt her to do that, because that's teaching her to share. But on the other flip side to that is Caleb needs and has to learn, because this is a big problem of his, or a big problem that we're having with him, is the fact of if she gets something, he thinks he can take it over. Like yesterday, she was trying to show him the book, and he demanded that she give it to him and that it's his, that he's going to color it all. And it upset her because she's like, no, this is mine. I want to color it. No, it's mine. I didn't get a prize. Which is not really a prize. They just handed that out to all of the kids in pre-K. He would have gotten one last year if we would have been going there at that point in time. Hey, no, ma'am. So it was given to her. So it is hers. She does need to share. She's right here, by the way.
I thought he shared.
Yes, you do need to share. You need to learn how to share. Yes, ma'am, you do. But Caleb also has to learn that if Elena gets something... Anyhow, Caleb needs to learn that if Elena is given something, whether it's for her birthday or she gets something in one of her classrooms. So, I'm having to keep getting on to her. So anyhow, he has to learn that if Sissy gets something through Sunday school or even through the church, even through actual school, because there's going to be all of these papers and drawings and stuff that Elena's going to start bringing home through pre-K, just like he did. I don't know how kindergarten is, so he might not be bringing that type of stuff home. So he needs to learn that just because Elena's Sunday school teacher gave her a coloring book does not mean that he can take it over and take it away from her and that it becomes his. He has to learn that since it is Elena's, if Elena says, no, Caleb, you cannot color a page in my book. I want to color all of them because it's mine. She has every right to say that. And he has to learn to accept that. If she gets a toy and she does not particularly want to share that toy, like her new toys that she got for her birthday, she has the right to say, no, Caleb, I don't want you to play with them right now. They're mine. They're my new toys. I want to play with them. Maybe in like a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll let you start, playing with. He doesn't like her playing with his trucks or his cars. If he's got a bunch of his Hot Wheels on his bed right now. If she was to go over there and start messing and playing with some of his Hot Wheels, he's going to start yelling and screaming at her, even though he's on the other side of the house. And he's going to run through here and start pushing her away. No, those are my toys. So that is one of the main or big, huge problems that we have with Caleb is, and I don't know, according to therapists and psychiatrists, this is just a thing that you have to deal with one, all kids. Two, his is a little bit worse because of his issues. Hey, don't. And that is, everything is mine, mine, mine. Even though it was bought for you, it's still mine. And you have to give it to me. But if I get something, like, you have to share your stuff with me, but I don't have to share mine. So, like, Elena, you have to share with me. You have to let me play with your new toys that you got for your birthday. Well, Caleb, can I play with one of your new Hot Wheel cars? No, you cannot. That's mine. I don't have to share. Because it's mine. If I don't want you to, then no. So, we are trying to teach Caleb, and this is the start of it right here, is the fact of this was Elena's. This was given to her by her teacher. If she does not want him looking at it, if she does not want him to color in it, then she has that right. She has that say-so. Caleb has to respect her decision when it comes to her stuff. This is her coloring book, so if she says no, he has to respect that decision. That may not necessarily be the correct way to handle it, but it's the only thing I can think of, considering that he is, everything is mine. You have to, no ma'am, you do not. No ma'am, you do not. 1, 2. So, like, if he has the right to say, no, Elena, you cannot play with my Hot Wheel cars, and she has to respect that decision. And she does. For the most part, she does. Sometimes she waits until he's not looking to try to do it. She waits until he's not looking. But he expects her to respect his decision. So he has to start learning that if he can do it, she can do it. And that's a very hard lesson for kids their age. It really, truly is. And like I said, it's probably not necessarily the best way of handling it, but we had a little issue with this in pre-K with him through school. because he expected everybody to share with him, and they didn't necessarily want to share because it was theirs. You know, if they were playing with something and he wanted to, he expected them to just give it to him. Well, no, bud, they were playing with it first, but I wanted it. I don't care if you want it. They had it first. They were playing with it. They weren't done playing with it. You have to wait your turn. Whenever they're done playing with it, they'll give it to you. You know, just say, hey, I want to play with it next. Whenever you're done, let me know, because I want to play with it. And if they don't, and if they're still playing with it when it's time to go in, then, you know, then you just have to wait until next time. Try to be one of the first ones there to grab it. It's just the way it is. And so kindergarten is going to be quite a shock to him, because he's not going to be able to get away with some of the things that he was allowed to get away with his teacher. She was very understanding. She was very good, but she also let him get away with some stuff. The kindergarten teacher probably will not, because she's going to be expecting him to act better. So we're starting this now to try to hopefully instill it into his brain. So hopefully by the time kindergarten comes, he will be a little bit more patient and not be so demanding on everyone giving him things just because he wants it. Because that's just not how life works. That is not how life works at all. So we're not always going to get what we want, and there are going to be times to where someone gets something that we would want, but they don't technically have to share. Now, we are also working on Elena with making sure that she shares. You know, you do have to share with Bubba. If you get this, you know, you do have to share. Sharing is a good thing. It's not going to hurt you. Hey, I don't need, Kayla Ballon, I do not need a backup choir. No, sir. And that's one of the other things. If I'm saying something, he tries to back me up. Yeah. Like, Elena, no, you have to share. Yeah, Elena, you have to share. That's what mommy says. You have to share. You have to do this. No, I don't need no backup choir. I have a loud enough voice. He's getting a little bit too big for his britches. But, like, I don't need a backup choir. I'm loud enough all on my own. I can get my point across. Trust me, I can get my point across. I do not need no one helping me. And if anybody's going to be backing me up, that's going to be Daddy. Daddy's the only one that can back me up when I say stuff.
When I say stuff, Elena's going to back me up. When Elena says stuff, Elena back. And then I...
Caleb, I do not need you to back me up with anything that I say. You better calm your behindy down. No, you're not. Because you think you run this household, and no, sir, you absolutely do the flip not.
I can't stop it.
Get your stuff and get back over there where you're supposed to be. Because if I step on one of those and it hurts my foot, it's going in the trash can. No, don't even think about it. Just do it. So, he is literally in the middle of the floor, which is really not necessarily that big of a deal, but I'm fixing to have to go that way, and I won't be able to go through there because, one, I'm going to end up stepping on him or stepping on one of those Legos. And has anyone ever, have y'all ever stepped on a Lego block? Talk about going to peaceful to hell on wheels really quick. That crap hurts like the dickens. So, not only that, we constantly ask him not to have his Lego blocks and to sit in the middle of the floor. Not really the middle of the floor, it's the walkway. Which is still kind of technically the middle of the floor, but we can't really walk around him. So if he sits where he was just sitting, we can't walk around him. So we have to literally, okay, dude, get out of the way. I can't, I gotta walk. And he's just sitting there constantly, playing with the baby. Move your butt out of the way. I need to go that way. And he will just continue to sit there and be in the way. I don't mind him being on the floor. I don't mind him playing with the blocks. But when he's in the way and he's in the middle of the walkway, that's a problem because he's in the walkway. He needs to get out of the walk. So, like, it's a problem because he has an area to where he can sit and he's not in anybody's way. No one can step on his blocks. No one can get hurt. He's not in the way to where we have to literally sit there and wait for him to take his precious time moving over so we can walk, and do things that we need to do. But he chooses to scoot all the way over to get in the walkway to keep people from walking. And he does it on purpose. He, legit does it on purpose. So
these two are not even linking up. I need this.
we'll take it off.
I can't. It's too hot. But my nails are small. When my nails are small, I can't put them off. But they're long, they can break off.
You did not need nails to do that.
Hey, they're sticking out.
That's the other thing, and it's kind of annoying, is the fact of he puts things together that he technically can take apart, but he will sit there and he will throw the biggest temper tantrum because he can't get them apart when he does it by himself all the time. He just particularly gets into a mood to where he just doesn't want to. He'll put things together and he'll bring it, I can't do it. And I'm like, really? I've been sitting here watching you do it for 30 minutes. All of a sudden you can't do it? Also, it comes with a tool that to help with stuff that's harder to get apart. There's a tool. It came with a tool to where you can do that. He knows how to use the tool. He refuses to use the tool because he wants people to do things for him. He's becoming a little bit more babyish to where he wants people to do everything for him. And it's become kind of annoying because this is the age where he's supposed to be more independent. And I don't know, I don't want to say he's regressing again, because I don't think that's it. I think he is choosing. This is just me. I think he's choosing to do that because he doesn't want to do things like he wants me to baby him. He wants me to do all of those things for him. Like he was when he was going to the bathroom. He was going to the bathroom at school. He was wiping himself. He was having a little issues with making sure he was completely clean. But then he got good. He was cleaning himself. He would come home and he would tell me, Mommy, I went number 2 at school. And so we would make sure that he was completely clean. We would check and make sure that his undies were still clean, that he, make sure that he was completely clean, because he was going to the bathroom at school and not cleaning well. And then he would go all night with all of that still on his behind. And that's not good. And so once I learned that he was doing that, we had to kind of start checking and making sure that his bottom was completely clean. So he got good at it. But now, and he was still wanting me to wipe his butt at home. No, if you can go to school and you can wipe your booty and you can do a good job at cleaning your booty, then you can do it at home. No, I can't read. He would come up with every excuse in the book to try to make me clean his behind. No, baby. If you're a big boy enough to go potty at school and to wipe your own booty at school and make sure you get all of the off your behind, then you can do it at home too. And he started doing it. But within the last week or so, if he goes to the bathroom, he will sit here and yell. And I'm told full-blown yelling, screaming at me from the bathroom. I'm done! Mommy, I'm done! Okay. Like, and I'm like, okay, what the world? So, like, I open up the door. What is it? What do you want? What's going on? I'm done. Done with what? I'm done going number 2. Okay, and what do you want Mommy to do about it? Clean my butt. Caleb line. See, he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, no, sir. You a big boy. You can do it. You were doing it at school. You can do it at home. You was doing it at home. So like, it's one of those things to where he's, I think it's starting. So what? It doesn't matter. You mess with her stuff all the time. What's good for the goose is good for the gander there, son. See? See, like, he's been messing with her stuff all day. Now she went over there, just looked at his bed. Mommy, she's messing with my bed. Oh, so what? And she wasn't even messing with it. She was sitting on the floor, leaning up against his bed with her back. She wasn't even messing. She was not messing with your bed, so stop it.
Yes, she was.
So, like, I see that was a perfect example. And so, I think he is realizing that I'm trying to make him do more things to be more independent, and he doesn't want to. He wants me to continue to baby him and treat him like a baby. But there are things I do for him that I don't do for her because she doesn't want me to. She's more independent, you know? And so I'm like, okay, well, Elena does this. She's younger. He should have already been doing this. You know, that's just the way it is. It's his age. He needs to start doing this for himself. He should not,
Mommy,
you know, Sissy, it is not lunchtime. Stop that. Like, okay, you're almost 6 years old. Mommy should not still have to be putting your sandals on because you want to put your shoes on the wrong foot or you're having a hard time with the Velcro. No, sir, you've been putting on your shoes on the right foot for the past 2 years. Because that was one of the first things that Nanny taught them was to distinguish the difference between the left and right shoe. So, on some of the, like, their tennis shoes, sometimes it's a little bit harder. But with their sandals and stuff, they know what foot they go on. If they put it on the wrong foot, they're just doing that just because they want attention. Or they're just being silly and they think it's funny. But, like, he's like, but no, Mommy, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to put on my shoes. Yes, you do. You've been doing it by yourself for the past 2 years, baby. Like when we go to bed, he wants me to put the blanket on him. Well, you know, and, you know, sometimes I tuck Elena in first. And he'll sit there and say, Mommy, I'm cold. Well, baby, get your blanket and pull it up. No, I can't. Well, why not? It's a blanket. Grab it. Pull it, baby. Like, no, I can't. You have to do it. It's more of a, he just wants me to do it because he's being lazy and don't want to do it himself. So, stop.
Mommy.
And so, no. So, that's kind of like a new little issue that we're having. Yeah. And the therapist knows about it, but we had an appointment with her the other day, and yeah, she couldn't get nowhere with him because he was like bouncing off the walls and wouldn't sit down and talk to her. So, our next appointment with her is sometime here in June, and we actually have to go to her office. So, that's going to be lovely. So, but anywho, I'm going to get off of here, and I got to start cleaning. So, and I don't have to do nothing. No, sir, you're not.
I'm hungry.
Caleb, it is not lunchtime.
But I can't help it.
Yes, you can help it.
No, I don't.
They had a big breakfast, and 2 minutes later, and I was in the process of cleaning up, they were supposedly starving. They ate a breakfast corn dog and 2 bananas each. Like, that's a lot for them. Like, that's a lot for their little tummies. But they will eat a lot. And then hey, and then like 2 minutes later, and it's not because they're actually hungry, they want a bunch of snacks. And I don't give them a lot of snacks. Like, not like sugary junk food snacks. If they want a snack, they can have like applesauce or something, but they don't want that. They want something sweet, and it's not happening. So they're constantly saying they're hungry, but they're really not. So it's just one of those things. And I know that they're growing and their tummies are growing with them, but I don't figure them out, because I'm like, okay, well, do you want this? No. Well, what do you want? I want this. You just want sugary like snacks, like gummies or something. No. You're not gonna sit here and eat 10 pancakes and then expect some gummies afterwards. No, sir. No. We don't figured you out. So, leave his. No, ma'am. You leave that alone. No buts. So, anywho, they say they're hungry, but they're not, and it's nowhere even near lunchtime. Yes. So they will wait until lunchtime to get something to eat. And depending on how well they eat their lunch, they can have a snack afterwards. But again, it's just going to be something like applesauce or something. So yeah. So anyhow, this is a long video. I do apologize. But yeah. So anyhow, with that being said, we're off, and I'm going to clean. Toodles.